WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, part of the Memphis Sports Network with 92.9 FM ESPN, ESPN 790 AM.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 on this August the 15th, which means it's the third Saturday. It's hard to believe the third Saturday of the month, which means Frank Barton is in the studio with me. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, everybody out there.
We survived the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza.
It was a good show.
It was a really good show. I know my legs are a little wobbly. I got there after fishing for...
I missed you that first day.
Yeah, I know you did, but I had more important things to do. And we have a special guest who's, I hope he's not with the health department or anything right now with us. Robert Woods is sitting over. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
We're doing good. We're going to talk to Robert a little bit later in the show here when we start talking about hunting land, hunting leases, and things along that line. But you folks know that last week I had a chance to head down to the Mississippi Gulf Coast in an area that 10 years ago on August the 29th had a stiff breeze blow through there. Hurricane Katrina came through, and thanks to my good friend Mike Jones with the Mississippi Department of Tourism, hooked me up with a young man that I'd say he's young. He probably doesn't feel young. I don't know what years in a boat are compared to years on land or anything like that, but we appreciate the time that we were able to spend with Captain Sonny Schindler of the Sure Thing Charters out of Bay St. Louis. Good morning, Sonny.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. And, Sonny, I know that you get to know people in a very quick time when you're on the boat. And we had a great time fishing out of your facility there and staying nearby and everything. And I've asked Sonny to be on maybe once a month or something like that to give us what's going on down at the Gulf, because a lot of people think, well, what's happening down at Waveland? What's happening in Hancock County and things like that? And they're really – the transition is really going, isn't it, Sonny?
It is, man. We're rolling down here. We've got 4 to 7 boats rolling every good weather day, and even on the not so good weather days, I think you got a taste of some of that.
I got a taste of that. Yeah.
We've got all our reef systems in place, and we're able to do a lot of Plan B. But man, the fishing's been good. The restaurants are booming. The hotels are wide open. The bed and breakfasts, the rental properties, the water parks, golf courses. It's rolling down here, man. And
now, Sonny, you're being from that area. Let's take our listeners back to 10 years ago. That weekend, you told me that you had gone out like maybe on that Saturday before Katrina. Walk my listeners through what it was like right before Katrina hit and what it was like after it.
Well, I was fishing offshore, and I had my XM weather, and we're sitting there watching the projected path of this thing, and I was planning on, fishing Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And the owner of the boat called, and it wasn't a trailerable boat. And he said, pack everything you can and head north. So we scrambled and grabbed every piece of tackle and clothing and parts we could and ran 100 miles north. And it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful weather.
Mm-hmm.
Tied it up in the middle of a canal, and luckily somebody brought my little Jeep up. And I met my then girlfriend, now wife.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Over kind of close to Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And we left the boat on the other side of Lake Pontchartrain, which kind of runs into New Orleans.
Right.
Weathered the storm over there, had some limbs and trees fall down around us, but
nothing
packed
like
up and hauled tail over here to check on our friends and family. And it was just awful.
Yes.
It was just atom bomb went off down here, and my parents were safe, but they did lose their home. The place we had just purchased 2 months before was livable. So all of my friends and families and partners in Sure Thing, they lost their homes. But it stinks, but it's the price we pay for living here, and what doesn't break us makes us.
Yes.
So we just rolled up our sleeves and broke out the chainsaws and bulldozers and went to work. That's all you could do.
And that's what it looked, and to see it now, folks. I mean, what's there and what's gone. Everything is new. I know the Silver Slipper over there was it was in the water when Katrina hit. Now it's on land, the new one. So it's situated. The new little downtown. Well, it's not downtown. It's right by the water. The new harbor that they've got and things like this. So much. And I wanted Sonny on at least once a month to talk about it, because fishing right now, Sonny, I know we caught some big bull reds. I mean big, 30, 25, 20. We caught some sea trout. I brought a lot of fish home. So, yeah. And so tell our listeners what's the fishing now, because that's what I know a lot of our, because you could be down there from Memphis in 6 hours, a little over 6 hours now, because once I found the good way, I took the long way down. I think I went through 3 states, but Mike Jones gave me the quick way, and we got back. But what's the fishing doing right now, say August?
It's good. Those bull reds you caught, I know we didn't have the best weather, so we couldn't go as far south. But the last couple of days, I've been running way down to Louisiana marsh. Uh-huh. We're only 4 miles from the Louisiana border. We could see it when you were with us. But,
yeah.
We've been running down to the marsh. The bull reds, they're in big time with the summer. My partner Matt, he's been working on those smaller redfish pretty hard the last couple of days, and
uh-huh.
The big white shrimp have moved in pretty darn good. So the school trout are very good. We're still seeing triple tail every day, and they'll be here till the cold fronts hit. I had a group of teenagers about to go back to high school and college yesterday,
uh-huh.
and it was funny. The dad only wanted the speckled trout, and the boys just wanted to fight those bull reds and sharks. So we mixed it up. We did the trout in the morning, and then once they kind of petered out, we went after the big fish, and they left kicking and screaming. They would have fought those big sharks and bull reds all day. But we got the trout for dinner, and got them some bull reds and got them some sharks, and Matt did real well. He had the other half of the group. He cleaned up on the what we call the slot redfish, and he did really well on the trout. But we spent too much time playing with the big fish. But
I can understand.
It was fun.
I can understand playing with those big fish because. And tell our listeners a little bit about your charter service there, Sure Thing Charters.
Sure, we're in our 13th year of business out of Bay St. Louis. We have 7 boats now, and we have access to more, but our fleet's seven strong. 24-foot center console bay boats, with the trolling motors, power poles, T-tops. Some of them have the shade, some of them don't. Very fast, very shallow draft boats. All of our captains and boats are licensed to fish Mississippi and Louisiana. Light tackle, speckled trout, redfish, flounder, triple tail, black drum, sheephead, sharks, stuff like that. Most of what we do is day trips in and around the Bay St. Louis area, but our specialty is the Louisiana marsh.
Yeah.
And then our big deal, we're in our 5th year of it. We rent a huge property on Cat Island, which is 7 miles offshore, 3-story, 3 generators, AC, well water. It is a fully furnished, functioning home like you would have on a golf course in the middle of town. And we're the only company that has access to it, all-inclusive overnight meals, fishing, and lodging, all included in that.
On Cat Island, which is 7 miles out. So, we were fishing 2 miles out in 8 feet of water, and we could still see the shoreline. And I know, folks, you need to try them out. So tell them how they get in touch with you, Sonny.
Very, very easy. The easiest way is probably the website, shorethingcharters.com.
Yes.
You Google search Fishing Mississippi, we'll come right up. Or you can call. I always like to hear that phone ringing. 228-342-2206. Most days we're fishing, so if you get the voicemail, just leave it. But we try to forward the phone to somebody so you'll get a voice. But we always return the calls, texts, and emails. So we're not hard to find. Just usually afternoons are best to get us.
And it's a wonderful experience. I can tell y'all for a fact, because we weren't out there on the best ideal day. But I know where to get in the boat now. So I've learned that. But this young man is spent a lot of time on the water. He knows all those, and like I say, you're right there at Louisiana. He could go to either way, have all the license, and have all the bait, and he has snacks for you and everything like that. Sonny, thank you again. A great time, and tell your wife my wife is sending y'all something too. So,
wonderful. We'll give our best to Miss Miriam.
I sure will. Yeah, we enjoy meeting Stephanie, and I hope Margot had a nice 6th birthday, right?
Yeah, number 6. This week, the birthday party's tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, 6 years old. Thank you, Sonny. We'll talk to you down the road, buddy. Stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Sonny Schindler of the Shore Things Charters out of Bay St. Louis. So we're going to take a break, come right back, and bring Robert Woods into the conversation here. And Frank Barton knows a thing or two about having some land, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.